Section 2. Norway, 1105. CFX, Knight, 189-8989-687. Easy, easy, easy. Scorpion 12, 000. End it. Sydney keyed back acknowledgement and turned to Graf with a wide sweep of her hand. Hit it, Graf relayed, and GO sounded throughout the ship. Warnings flared, spreading to dockside. Troops outside finished stripping the umbilicals. We can't take them, Signy said when Dijans fretted in calm. It sat ill with her to abandon men. They're all right. Umbilicals clear, Graf shouted across, off calm. It was a go when ready from Europe, which had left its troops, already moving out. Pacific was moving. Tibet's rider was still heading in behind the wave of the original message, signaling with its presence what Tibet had already sent, and what was happening on the fringes of Pell's system was as old as the lightbound signal that came reporting it. Ships inbound, more than an hour ago. The lights on Norway's main board flickered green, a steady ripple of them, and Signy released clamp and set Norway free, with the troops who had made it aboard still hastening for security. Norway moved null for a moment under the gentle puffs of directionals and undocking vents, continued the roll of her frame and cut in main thrust with a margin that skimmed Australia's clearance and probably set off alarms all over Pell. They acquired hard G, the inner cylinder under combat sync, rolling to compensate stressors, weight bore down, eased, slammed down again. They came to heading with a clutter of merchanters in lower plane. Europe and Pacific ahead of them, Australia breaking clear behind. Atlantic would be moving any second. India's Ku was on station and headed for his ship. Africa's Pori was downworld. Africa would move out under its lieutenant's command and rendezvous with Pori shuttling up from down below, running tail guard at best. The inevitable was on them. The rider was some minutes behind Tibet's message. Insurance. Its message was reaching them now, and a chatter of further transmission from Tibet itself, and North Pole's voice added itself, along with the alarm of militia ships helplessly in the path of the strike. Tibet was engaged, trying to make the incoming fleet dump speed to deal with them. North Pole was moving. Merchanter vessels serving as militia were altering course. Slow ships, short haulers, at a standstill compared to the speed of the incoming fleet. They could slow it if they had the nerve. If. Riders turned, Scanope said in her ear. She saw it on screen. The rider had gotten their acknowledgement minutes ago, had put about. That scan image was meeting them now. Long Scan Comp had put the rest of the arc together, and the Comtech had reasoned the rest by human intent. The yellow fuzz going off from the red approach line was Long Scan's new estimate of the ridership's position. The old estimate faded to faint blue, mere warning to watch that line of approach in case. They were headed right down it in outgoing plane, while the incoming rider was obliged to go nadir. And they were all streaming out together, right down the line. Signy gnawed her lip, cautioned Scan and Comm Monitor to keep up with events all around the sphere, fretting that Mazian had hauled them out in one vector only. Come on, she thought with the taste of one disaster in her mouth. No more like Viking. Give us a few options, man. CFX, Knight, 189-9090-687. Niner, Sphinx, 222, Triplet, Doublet, Quartet, Wisp. End it. New orders. The late ships were given the other vectors. Pacific and Atlantic and Australia moved on to new courses. Slow motion flowering of the pattern to shield the system.